Good evening, everybody. Mike Vacchi, PrincetonTrader.com, here with your evening recap. Uh, daily chart of the ES. I put this post out a little earlier on the website, midday, Twitter, uh, and what I wanted to emphasize, and this is a 1 hour chart. It's not a daily chart. Uh, I wanted to emphasize that this trend line stretching from the 53 quarter low that was tested here, that we were in danger, and tested here, of breaking that trend line, and that, right around that 82 area, which was also the weekly pivot, it was a real battleground, and that whoever won that range is very likely going to win the day. And that's really how it played out. Go to a 30-minute chart, and you can see the interaction with the trend line. And it's an interaction that the Bears won. The Bears finally won one. They pushed it, and they tried to give it up. They had an hour here where they really didn't know what they wanted to do with themselves. They came down hard to test the 82 quarter, bounced as high as the 86, but they just could not do it. And, on our stuff, we use the volatility levels in the chat room with the subscribers. And essentially what we saw there, our lower level today was 1685. So here's a 5-minute chart of today. And this line here is the lower level that we use in the room, the lower volatility level. And what we saw it break down. And then over the course of the morning, we saw it fail, but then come in here and make what we call a bias, a bearish bias. And typically what you see is that area then get retested and then fail. So the way we traded that was, we started, it gives you an area, that plus our 3-day pivot was an area that a couple areas we could really lean on. So we got short in this area, and we were short 80, 85, 75 total on the trade, and we were able to catch, as we peeled it off, we actually had double size on, and we were able to peel off anywhere from 3 handles to 6.5 handles, depending on where we had taken it off during the course of the day. That's all laid out in the chat room. But that just kind of shows the power of the levels that we use. And it's one of the nice things that you can use volatility levels for, which is on a down day, on a trend down day, on a weak day. It lets you know on that bounce where you can find a fairly low risk entry. I mean, we risked a couple handles to make 6 or 7. It's not ideal. I mean, it's better than risking 2 handles to make 2, which is unfortunately how a lot of people trade. So that's just a little glimpse into some of the nuances that we use with our proprietary stuff. So where do we go from here? Okay, back out onto the daily chart. Now, the Bears did their job. They broke the prior day low. They broke 82, and they came down to test 77. Now, 77 is a big deal. That is the level that's going to have to get taken out tomorrow in order for the Bears to really start to push down to the original ultimate pullback area that we had discussed last night, which is right here, 50 to 51. That 20-day middle band there, the 20-day simple moving average, is going to continue to move up at a pretty steep pace because you're shedding a lot of these lower prices. So my target on a bear move here, my initial target is middle band, wherever that happens to be. It's a natural bouncing point. It's a point that's worked in the past in this uptrend, and I would expect it to work again. If it breaks, then we get back into a situation where we have to decide, is the market something that wants to trade below the middle band? Remember, below the middle band, you sell rallies. Above the middle band, you buy dips. So technically we're still in buy the dip mode, and that's really what happened on 77. And now we're trading 82.75. So anybody that bought down there at 77, they're having a good night. So until the market decides it wants to trade below the middle band, you're still in buy dip mode, but with a little bit of caution, because today is potentially a changing character for the market. Everybody have a fantastic night. Mike Vacchi, PrincetonTrader.com. I'll be back in the morning with the pre-market webcast. Trade them well. Have a great evening.